Dear all, welcome to the playlist of High Voltage Engineering. In this session, I'll be discussing about demonstration of spear gap measurement. In the previous video, I have explained the theoretical part of spear gap arrangement. I have explained how to measure the peak value of high voltage AC and high voltage DC by using spear gap arrangement, how to determine the breakdown strength of air medium. Those things I already have been explained. In this session, let us demonstrate an experiment on spear gap measurement. Here, the title of the experiment is Measurement of High Voltage AC and High Voltage DC using Standard Spears. Actually, the aim is to determine the dielectric strength of air using high voltage AC and high voltage DC test kits for various spear gap length. That's the aim of the experiment. We need spear gap assembly, control panel, grounding rod, rectifier unit, and step-up transformer. These are the apparatus required. Theory I already been explained. Okay, you can refer my previous video. There are two types of spear gap arrangement: vertical spear gap arrangement and horizontal spear gap arrangement. Actually, we are performing horizontal spear gap arrangement in this contest. So you can read out what are the differences between vertical spear gap arrangement and horizontal spear gap arrangement. I already explained in my previous video. Similarly, the details of the equipments also been given. Okay, all the information that I will be explaining at the time of demonstration. You can observe a schematic diagram of the spear gap arrangement. This is actually kept horizontal. That is why it is known as horizontal spear gap arrangement. We have a movable spear and this will be the fixed one. Okay, you are adjusting different distance. I mean different length you are going to adjust and you are conducting the experiment. That is what you are exactly going to perform here. This is your tabular column. So you need to maintain the spear gap distance like 5 mm, 10 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm likewise. Then you can measure the practical breakdown voltage and you can calculate accurate breakdown voltage by using a standard formula. That I already explained. Similarly, whenever you are applying HVDC, you are to maintain the spear gap as 5 mm, 10 mm, 15 mm and 20 mm. At the meanwhile, you need to measure the practical breakdown voltage in kV. Okay, from this you can able to calculate the accurate value of breakdown voltage. So this is what you are supposed to do. There is a standard formula to calculate the accurate value of breakdown voltage. That means K multiplied by Vn, where Vn is the practical value of breakdown voltage. Here K will be depending on the value of rho. That means it is actually depending on air density correction factor. So rho can be calculated by using the formula P divided by 760 into 293 divided by 273 plus T, where T is the temperature and P is the pressure. The standard value of pressure you can take 1100 mm of mercury and temperature you can take 27 degrees Celsius. So based on the formula you can able to calculate the value of rho. If you know the value of rho, then you can able to determine the value of K. Suppose if I get the value of rho is equal to 1.05, K value also 1.05. Suppose if I get the value of rho is equal to 0.75, I should choose the value of K is equal to 0.76. If you know the value of K, definitely you can able to calculate the accurate value of breakdown voltage. The same thing I already explained. You can refer my previous video. You are supposed to draw this type of graph. That means breakdown voltage in kV versus the spear gap distance in millimeter. You will be getting a straight line graph. Okay, this graph also you are supposed to obtain at the end. Now let me go for the demonstration. You can observe very clearly and how we are obtaining the result. Now let me go for the demonstration. As you can see, this is a spear gap arrangement. You can have a very good observation regarding the spear gap arrangement. This is one of the horizontal arrangement. So two spears has been arranged in horizontal manner. Here first one is known as movable spear and other one is known as fixed spear. Okay. So this type of arrangement is known as horizontal spear gap arrangement. Let us familiar what are the segments which are required for the spear gap arrangement. You can have an observation. It is made up of copper. These spears are made up of copper. Okay. Now let us familiar one high voltage AC transformer, because we need to provide the high voltage supply towards your spear gap. So we have written the specification of high voltage transformer. That means input voltage is 220 volt AC. Then output voltage is 50 kV AC and kVA rating is equal to 2.5 kVA, and it is a oil cooled type transformer. Okay, and information about the manufacturer also been specified very clearly. So this is the specification of the transformer which you are going to use in this context. Okay, for generation of high voltage AC, we require single phase high voltage AC transformer. So that's a peculiarity of this particular transformer. So we have three terminals over the first terminal, the bushing. You can see the bushings where the connections will be taken place from the bushings only. The first terminal is known as neutral terminal, then second one is phase terminal, and third one is known as earth terminal, because three terminals are there in case of your transformer which you are going to apply high voltage AC across those sphere gap. So that's a peculiarity. Okay. Now let us familiar how to do the settings. First and foremost thing you have to familiar, there are two scales available. This is known as main scale. You can observe the pointer. This is known as main scale. Okay. Here this segment is known as fixed part. Okay. So this is actually movable part. In the right side you can see the movable part. Okay. So this is known as that particular scale. Okay, main scale. You have to note down this is a main scale. Along with the main scale, there is one more scale that is known as a supplementary scale. Okay, so I will tell you what is the supplementary scale. First, let us familiar. These are the main scale. Now, let us move on to the supplementary scale. This is known as supplementary scale. I think you must have familiar about the screw gauge. One kind of screw gauge is you can compare the same thing with the screw gauge. Okay, so we have to vary the sphere gap by we have to maintain the sphere gap, vary the sphere gap by based on the distance. Okay, so you have to consider main scale as well as supplementary scale. Do remember that you have to adjust main scale and supplementary scale. I will tell you how to adjust main scale and supplementary scale. There is a mechanism to adjust the movable part. Okay, where it depends on the requirement you can change. Whichever you want you can change. Here we will be taking the difference such as 10 mm, then 15 mm, then 20 mm likewise we'll be taking. So first and foremost thing you have to maintain the distance between two spheres are zero. That process is known as zero settings. Now let us see how to do the zero settings. First and foremost thing, the main scale you can observe here. The main scale should be zero. You have to make sure that the main scale should be zero. In parallel, supplementary scale also should be zero. That I will be doing that. You can observe. So make sure that by using this mechanism, you have to maintain the main scale equal to zero. At the same time, you have to maintain the supplementary scale that is also be zero. Okay. See how I am performing. You have to tilt, you have to rotate and make sure that it should be zero. Okay. That means the gap should be zero. Initially, there should not be any gap. The distance between two spheres must be zero. That you have to ensure. Why? Because to minimize the errors. Otherwise, you may get confused which reading you have maintained. To avoid that, we will be doing zero settings. That is a must procedure. That should be done compulsorily. So now I am assuring that the main scale and supplementary scale equal to zero. Now what you can do is you can make the the fixed sphere towards movable sphere by hand. There is a hand tool is available. So slowly you can move towards the fixed one to movable part. Therefore, fixed sphere will be touching towards the movable sphere, and the gap between those two spheres will be zero. So this procedure is known as zero settings. Why zero setting means to minimize the errors. Same thing I am performing. So fixed terminal I will be keeping towards the movable terminal. Later I will be locking the fixed terminal. By as the name suggests, it's a fixed one only. Okay. So you can observe I am later on I will be. So right now you have maintained the distance between two sphere that is equal to 0 mm. That means zero setting has been made. Now let us continue. So this is your fixed terminal and this will be the moving terminal. That means fixed electrode and moving electrode. Later on you can fix the fixed electrode by using that nut bolt arrangement. You can make out that make sure that the fixed electrode is kept stationary. Okay, kept steady. It won't be changing. We are only changing that movable electrode. The right side you can see the movable electrode. One more important information. This is your earth rod. So by using the earth rod, you are going to make sure that safety is ensured here. We are actually maintaining the safety. That means wherever the metal portion is available here, you need to touch on that metal portion by using the earth rod. In case any leakage current or any other abnormality present, that will be directed towards the earth. So that is the importance of this earth rod. This is unavoidable for this experiment. So every step, do remember, for every step you have to use this earth rod such a way that we should be safe. Everywhere, wherever the metal portion is available, you can keep on touching. See how I am doing. I'll be touching. At least you have to maintain 3 seconds. You have to keep and touch at least 3 seconds. So that you are supposed to do. See how I am performing. You can have a very good observation. So wherever metal portion, wherever a non-current carrying portions are available, you please keep on that. Once the device is turned on, later on you are turning off the device. Immediately you are going to proceed. You are supposed to proceed with these earthing procedures. That is required. See, this is the way how to perform this earthing procedure. At least 3 seconds you have to maintain that particular rod over the surface. For the safety purpose, we are having one more arrangement. That means one type of sensor is available here. Okay. So by using the sensor, you are ensuring that without closing the door, you cannot apply the high voltage. So that's a peculiarity that I will let you know how it is working actually. How does it work? Let us have a discussion. It is actually ensuring your safety. So once the door is closed, then you can able to apply high voltage. So you can observe how the system is getting operated. So whenever I am opening the door, you can see the signal here. See, door has been opened. There is a message. There is an indicator. Door has been opened. Whenever I am closing the door, I have got this message that a door has been closed. There is an indicator. There is a hooter type indicator is available. Just like an indicator, or you can call hooter. See, now door is open. So it's a relay mechanism. There is a sensor mechanism is available there. So with the help of you can make out. Suppose if I kept the door open, I'm trying to apply high voltage. I'm trying to turn off the supply. No, it is never possible. Why? Because you have to do the experiment in a closed room for your security, for your safety purpose. So that's why what happened, without closing the door, you cannot operate. That's a peculiarity. Right now it is possible. Why? Because door has been closed. Once the door has been closed, definitely you can apply high voltage. Okay, that's what exactly happening here. Now let me familiar the control unit. This is your entire control unit, and let me explain the capacity of the meters. So for HVAC you can apply till 50 kV, where for HVDC you can apply for 70 kV. One more important information, for HVAC we are having a memory option. You can see the memory. We have the memory option. For HVDC we don't have any memory option. Immediately you have to note down when is the dielectric breakdown voltage, when the breakdown has been happened. You should have a keen observation, especially for doing HVDC. For HVDC, for measurement of HVAC, doesn't matter you have memory button. So this is your dimmer stat, where you can apply high voltage gradually starting from 0. So that's another peculiarity. So this is the option, red button. You can see that it will convert high voltage, low voltage AC to high voltage AC. That means LV system to HV system. So with it will activate the transformer which is placed over there. So that's a peculiarity. So you have to familiar the control unit. You need to know how it is getting operated. Okay, you have to familiar entire portions. So there is a relay resettings. Okay. So you need to check which meter you are supposed to concentrate. Whenever you are performing the AC, you need to concentrate this particular meter. If you are doing for DC, you have to concentrate this meter. So that's a peculiarity. Make sure that you need to know how to operate the control unit. By practice, you can make out. So familiar all the segments of the control unit that you are supposed to do. So I'm explaining the importance of memory for, especially if you are dealing with the HVAC. For HVDC, we don't have the memory. Okay. Now let us get inside the room. In that room, we have the spear gap arrangement. Initially, we made 0 settings. To avoid the errors, we made 0 settings. Now, what is your job? You need to maintain the gap distance for different values like 5 mm, 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter, and 20 millimeter. Let me set the distance between spear gap equal to 5 millimeter. You can use the scale. That is why scale is available here, just for your convenience. Let me maintain the distance between two spear, that is equal to 5 millimeter. So I have maintained the gap distance equal to 5 millimeter. See how I am going to vary. With the help of scale, I will be varying slowly. It is equal to 5 millimeter. This is the main scale. Now let me see the supplementary scale. In the supplementary scale, that should be 0. Then only it becomes 5.0. 5.0 is nothing but 5. If you have been asked with 5.5, then main scale it should be 5 and supplementary it should be 0.5. But here it is 5.0 or 5 mm. That means main scale you have to maintain 5 millimeter. At the supplementary scale you have to maintain 0 mm. Then only it becomes 5.0 mm. That peculiarity you have to remember. That is a speciality. Now you can see the distance between two spheres is equal to exactly 5 millimeter. We have maintained the gap distance equal to 5 millimeter exactly. Okay, that you are confirming. Later, you need to come out of the room. Please come out of the room. Then you have to close the door. Close the door. Then locking should be completed. Then only you can able to apply high voltage. Closing and locking will be completed. Now, what you can do is, we can get the signal. Main supply is turned off. Now you have to turn on the main supply. So you can click on this. You can press the button. That means main is on. Then low voltage has to be converted into HT, high voltage. So you click on this particular option. So LV will be converted into HT. Yes, that has been completed. Now you can go for this rheostat. Dimmer stat. You can call dimmer stat, not rheostat. This is a dimmer stat. Okay. So slowly you can vary the dimmer stat. Whenever you are varying the dimmer stat, you should have observation at the meter as well as the spear gap. So keep on observing at the meter side as well as the spear gap side. So when the observation will be, when the spark gap will be obtained, when you are getting the spark, at that time stop the experiment. So you keep on observing that particular spear gap. Whenever you are applying high voltage, you can see that at a particular instant, there will be a spark. See here, see the point. So you can now have a, yes, spark has been happened over there. Okay, that means that medium is getting conductive. The dielectric breakdown of the air has been taken place whenever you are applying high voltage AC. So right now you have to find out when does dielectric breakdown happen. That means what is the value of breakdown voltage. So what is the value of peak value of breakdown, that you can find out by clicking on memory button. So do click on this memory button. Whenever I am clicking on the memory button, I have got the value that is equal to 15 kV. It is in between 20 and 10. It will be 15 kV. You can note down in the table. One tabular column I already shown you. So in the same table, you can note down the practical value of breakdown voltage is equal to 15 kV. Now make sure that the dimmer stat should be at 0 position. Okay. Thereafter, turn off the main supply. Turn off the main supply. Relay has to be done the resetting. Relay has to be become normal. Reset the relay. Yes. So this portion has been completed. Now we need to go for other readings like 10 mm, then 15 mm, 20 mm. So whenever you are getting inside, make sure that this grounding procedure or earthing procedure should be done effectively. Now you have to go for other distances such as 10 mm, 15 mm, 20 mm likewise. Before that, you have to get inside the room. Okay, let us see. Later you have to use the earthing procedure. Use the earth rod and make sure that the earthing has been done effectively. You have to keep on touching the conductive portions. This spear you are supposed to touch, and other spear also you are supposed to touch. Then this particular portion, wherever you can observe the conductive portion, you are supposed to touch in that area, especially in the transformer side, that you are supposed to do. Thereafter, keep the rod as it is. Wherever it was there, you can keep it over there. Now you have to go for the distance between two sphere, that is equal to 10 mm, 10 millimeter. Let us adjust the sphere gap equal to 10 millimeter. For that purpose, what to do? The main scale should be 10, and of course the supplementary scale, that should be 0. Then only it becomes 10.0 mm. 10.0 mm means 10 mm absolutely. Absolutely we can say that this is 10 mm. So supplementary scale should be 0 mm. Therefore it is becoming 10 millimeter. I have made the distance between two sphere, that is equal to 10 millimeter. That you can observe very clearly here. So I have done the distance between two electrode, that is equal to 10 millimeter. Thereafter you can close the door. It should be locked. Make sure that it has been locked. Afterwards you can go to control system, this control segment. In the control unit, we can call control unit. The main should be on first. Thereafter HT should be on, so that low voltage AC 230 will be converted into the desired voltage, high voltage. Now by using the dimmer stat, you can slowly apply high voltage and you can keep on observing this particular area. You can see the pointer, that means sphere gap. You can see the sphere gap. Will it be conducted or not? You can observe. See, keep on applying the high voltage AC. Very carefully you have to observe. Yes. What observation you could make? That means the sphere gap, that is getting conductive. Okay, that means the dielectric breakdown of that air has been taken place. Then let me ask one question: how to get the value of breakdown voltage? There is no worry, we have memory. By using the memory, you can able to find out the value. So you can check, it is approximately 17 kV. You can observe 17 kV. The breakdown voltage, whenever you maintain the distance between two spheres, that is equal to 17 kilovolt. That you can note down in the tabular column. Once you completed the reading, you can convert the rheostat into, not rheostat, dimmer stat. You can call dimmer stat. Rheostat is different. Dimmer stat should be 0. Then main switch should be turned off. Relay has to be reset. This setting you are supposed to do. Similarly, you need to repeat for same procedure has to be repeated for 15 mm and 20 mm. Then we can able to note down the practical value of breakdown voltage. Once you get the practical value of breakdown voltage, surely you will be getting the accurate value of breakdown voltage by doing the calculation. Now let us move on. The high voltage DC section. First of all, you have to apply high voltage DC and you are going to determine the breakdown voltage. In that we require high voltage rectifier. With the help of high voltage rectifier, we can able to convert high voltage AC into high voltage DC. In that we can observe one power diode. We should be having one power diode. Then we have output capacitor and the resistor. This capacitor that will act as a filter to eliminate the ripple content. To minimize the ripple content, we are having a capacitor over here. And moreover, to get the output, to collect the output, we are having the resistor. You can see the resistor. We'll be getting the output across this particular resistor. These 2 points you are supposed to remember. Anyway, we require one rectifier, power rectifier. Okay, high voltage rectifier. You can call high voltage rectifier. With the help of high voltage rectifier, HVAC will be converted into HVDC. Now connection has to be changed from the output of rectifier, that has to be connected to this sphere gap. Okay, earlier we have taken the direct connection from the transformer. Okay, output of transformer. Now we will be taking the output from the rectifier. That's a peculiarity here. As you can observe, the rating of the diode, if you look at the rating of the diode, it is having high voltage and high current capability. Okay, that's a peculiarity. It is 100% different from the signal diode, which you have studied in your analog electronics. Now we can say that output of rectifier, either you can take it from capacitor end or resistor end, that has to be directly connected to one of the sphere. That means one end of the sphere. Other end will be connected to ground, so that right now you are capable for applying high voltage DC across the sphere. So that's a peculiarity. You can see the connection. See how I am doing that. That means any one of the point, either the capacitor output or resistor terminal output, that has to be connected to the sphere gap across across the spear gap. Mainly will be the first segment. This portion is known as high voltage side. This will be low voltage side. HV side and LV side. You can note down this is your HV side. And this will be the LV side, low voltage side. Now zero setting has to be made. You have to make sure that we have done the zero settings. Main scale should be 0 and the supplementary scale also should be 0. That you have to confirm. First and foremost thing you have to confirm. You have to assure that main scale and supplementary scale should be 0 at the beginning. And it should come closer. So that the gap between two spheres is 0 right now. That you can observe very clearly. Now what I am going to do is, I will be maintaining the distance between two spheres that is equal to 5 millimeter. So by adjusting this particular mechanism, I will be maintaining the sphere gap distance equal to 5 millimeter. So movable sphere will be moving away from that particular 0 so that it becomes 5. You should have a good observation. Yeah, now right now it is 5 millimeter. Supplementary scale must be 0. Check the scale and do the necessary adjustment. Now come out of the room. You have to close the door. Don't forget to lock. Once it is done, come back to control unit. Here main supply should be on. Then ST should be on. If you click on ST, high voltage rectifier will be operated. Now you are capable of applying high voltage DC. Remember, here we don't have any memory facility. We don't have any memory. So your keen observation is mandatorily required. So once the spark is found in between two spheres, you need to note down the voltage corresponding to that particular spark. That is required. Now what I am going to do is I will be slowly increasing. You can observe that particular meter as well as those sphere arrangement, sphere gap arrangement. You keep on increasing that particular voltage. HVDC, right now you are concentrating HVDC. So you have to look at this particular meter. Now I have got the value approximately equal to 20 kV. 20 kV. Earlier I have noted down the value is equal to 20 kV. If you want, you can repeat once again. So turn off the kit. I have turned off the kit. The dimmer stat should be at a 0 position. If you want, you can repeat. So make sure that when the breakdown has been happened. Similarly, you need to repeat the step for the sphere gap equal to 10 millimeter, 15 millimeter and 20 millimeter. Tabulate all the readings, compute the accurate value of breakdown voltage. Finally, you have to plot the breakdown voltage versus the gap distance. You should get a straight line curve. Okay, this is what you are supposed to do. So let's conclude. In this experiment, we have familiared how to calculate the breakdown voltage of air subjected to high voltage AC and high voltage DC. Moreover, we have familiared the different type of arrangement, like especially sphere gap arrangement only. In that we'll be considering the distance, variation of distance and breakdown voltage. We have obtained the relation between the breakdown voltage versus the gap distance, and we could find out the peak value is responsible for the breakdown of particular dielectric medium. That point is also we have discussed. So thank you for watching this video. If you are having any queries related to this experiment, please do put up in the comment box. I will revert. Thanks again.